Hey Matthew, this is a video to show how to remove the the TCM. I got my hood up here. I'm gonna do a few things. I'm not gonna get all the way down to the TCM right now because I'm not gonna remove it here, but I'm gonna take the air box off and show how to take this. This is the AC compressor. How to take this off, and then the TCM is attached to this. You can see right here, that's that rod there, that yellow ring there is connected to a rod that goes back to the whoops, back to the shifter, and the TCM is the little box below that rod. So I'm gonna take the air chamber off first. That's this black plastic thing. You might have different screws here, 1, 2, and 3 than I have, but you just have to remove those. There's this little electrical connection here to the mass airflow sensor. You have to remove. There's a little tab there to remove it, and then it can just stay off to the side. And to take the air chamber off, at the bottom there's this tube. If I zoom in here, there's a clamp at the end there. You can remove that from the bottom probably with a 7mm socket, and you probably have to take the plastic skid plate off the bottom. Those are probably going to be, it's either a T20 or a T27 that you'll need to take that skid plate off. I have mine removed right now. It'll just be covering the engine and transmission at the bottom. So mine's removed here. Here's that clamp location right here from the from the airbox that connects to the throttle body. So here's the clamp with the 7mm. You're going to want to remove that. Okay, so right now I've got these screws are all out. That clamp is loose. Actually, I said you got to remove it. You don't. You just loosen it until it is until the clamp spins freely, and then you should be able to pull it out from the top. So I've removed this electrical clip here for the airflow sensor, and as long as it's loose, you can just pull it back and forth until it comes out. And there's the air chamber piece that I removed from the throttle body down there, and the air filter is still here, so you just pull it out. And then there's a small air hose here that should be able to come out. Yep, there we go. Just place that off to the side, and there's the TCM there. You can see it pretty well. The Volvo logo on it. So again, I'm not planning to take this AC compressor off right now. I'll just show you which bolts need to be removed. But to make it easier for yourself, you probably want to take this whole plastic cover off, which will include removing the wipers. These are just covers, plastic covers that come off the flat screwdriver, and then underneath there's a 15mm nut that you can remove, and then that comes off. And then to remove the whole plastic cover, there's 6 of these clips here. You gotta slide a flat screwdriver in between them, between these two pieces, and separate them, and it'll come off. So there's one there, one there, one there, one here, and then 2 at this side, right there. And once that's off, you can also pull this engine cover off, which is easy. It's just got clips that you can easily overcome, take those off. Then it'll also be easier if you remove the battery too. So what you have to do is take the negative terminal off first, and then the positive terminal off, which is underneath the cover right here. push these tabs back, we can expose that. So that's, on mine it's a 10mm nut you have to remove there. And then once the cables are off, don't touch them together. Then you can remove this. This is a 10mm. That's just a clamp that holds down, or a bolt that holds down this clamp at the bottom of the battery box here. And you can pull this out, the battery out. I believe there's 4 bolts that hold this battery box down, and they're all 10mm. As long as you don't have a big rust problem, they should be easy to remove, but I had problems with rust, so I had to drill these out. And then once that's out, there's a number of bolts on the AC compressor to remove. Get that out of the way for now. So this one here you'll have to remove. This one here, keep in mind this is all metric sizes that you'll need. So there's lots of 10mm, there's a couple of 12 and a few 13mm that you'll need. So this one comes off, this one comes off. There's another bolt at the bottom underneath this bracket here that comes off. You can take these clamps off for this electrical harness here. There's a nut there and a C-clamp here that's easily removed there. This bolt here, this bolt, this bolt, this bolt. And inside here, under the battery box, there's a bracket here with 2 bolts on it that you're gonna have to remove. And then now on this side, there are a couple of bolts on this bracket here. They're down here. It's hard to show them. If I can, I'll try to. There's one there and one there. I believe those are both 13mm. And if you have all these out and you're still having trouble getting the AC compressor off, just let me know. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at making videos. I haven't made a lot of these in the past, so I'm not very experienced with it, but let me know if you need any more help. That should mostly get this compressor off. I should note that the compressor is separate from this piece here. This is a bracket here, and this is also another bracket. So I think there's a couple other bolts along this bracket here that you'll have to remove. And underneath the compressor, once you get it off, this bracket under here, this is one piece here underneath, and there is one 13mm bolt facing down through this bracket that you're going to need to take off. But that should mostly cover it. There might be a couple that I missed, but you'll see them. And then once that is off, to actually pull this compressor out, the reason I got you to take the battery and battery box out is you'll want to loosen the tension on the serpentine belt, this belt here, by slipping I believe it's a 19mm wrench, open-end wrench, on the tensioner, which is, if I can see it here on the screen, it's right there. My hand's in the way, I can't show it very well, but so once you're able to loosen that belt tensioner, this belt won't be quite so tight, and you can pull the AC compressor out. And once that's out of your way, the TCM will be quite a lot more accessible. There are, let me try to remember how many there are. There's 3 bolts and 1 nut that you're gonna have to remove. I think they're mostly 12mm. There might be one 13, but there's this one, there's one behind here. I'm trying to show it with my finger. Right there. And then there's one behind on the other side of the TCM that you're gonna have to remove. And then there's a nut that holds this rod down right there. So once those three bolts and the one nut are removed, then you'll be able to pull that TCM out. And there's a connector, an electrical connector that connects from that side that you're gonna have to remove. There's a tab there to remove it. I really should have taken video the last time I pulled this out because I had this all apart before, but I'm not meaning to take it out now. But I hope this is helpful to you. If you have any questions, just let me know. Should be able to help you because I have taken this off before.